go.
Do you really think you have a chance against us, Mr. Cowboy?
Hey, motherfucker. What do you like to do?
Oh, I don't know. Play chess. Screw.
Well, let's play chess.
They give off to Jonathan Taylor. Jump cutting his way close to the goal line. He's in there. Touchdown. I-N-D-Y. Jonathan Taylor.
Wheeler finds Quan from the logo.
Here's Halliburton into the front court. Mishandled it, but gets a shot. Hits it. Hits it.
John, I have never been better to be on the air with you here in Indianapolis, a place where so many of my dreams have come true.
The Ride with JMV on 93.5 and 107.5. The Fan.
Under center is Jones. Taylor the lone back. Here's a quarterback sneak by Daniel Jones. He's in. Touchdown. And the Steelers have gone 3 and out on both of their drives to begin the game as Corliss Wakeman punts, and he may have been run into. As Josh Downs muffs the ball, it's picked up by the Steelers, and they run it in for a touchdown.
The ball was touched by the receivers, recovered by Pittsburgh. The ball's dead where recovered by Pittsburgh, 1st and 10.
In orbit motion to the left is Josh Downs. Backing to throw on play action is Jones, and the ball may have come out. And it is a strip sack and a recovery by T.J. Watt. They're down by a touchdown. I formation. They got a fullback into the game. Jonnu Smith, the tight end left. Right side, actually left side give to Warren, and he's in. Touchdown for the Steelers. Daniel Jones takes to the air, and he throws it right to a Steeler. That's Peyton Wilson. He's at the 20 and then tripped up by the Colts around the 15-yard line. That is Tanner Bortolini, the center, making a touchdown-saving tackle, and it's the 3rd giveaway today already in this first half by the Colts. Rodgers backs to throw, plants, zips it upfield, and it's on the goal line for a touchdown. Pat Fryermuth with a touchdown of 12 yards, and the Steelers have the lead for the first time today. It's Pittsburgh 13, Colts 7. Jones RPO throws it up, and it's picked off. It's batted up the air and intercepted by the Steelers. Steelers lead 17-7, but now it's 2nd and goal from the 2. Under center is Rodgers again. Ball in the left hash. Warren the lone back. Tight end left is Washington, and they sweep it to Warren, and he's in. Touchdown. 2nd down and goal at the 4-yard line. Ball in the left hash. Jones out of the gun. 2 receivers both ways. Now Jonathan Taylor started the motion out. Now he's going to come back into the backfield. Shotgun snap for Jones. Looks, throws, right side, end zone, caught. Josh Downs, touchdown. It's now 27-16 with the extra point to come with 4:30 to go in the game. Here's a quick wide receiver screen on the outside. Roman Wilson drops the ball, and Indianapolis has it with Cam Bynum. Back in the throw is Jones. Over the middle, flies it, and it's picked off. Joey Porter Jr. He tried to go to Josh Downs, but was intercepted by Porter. That's giveaway number 6 today for the Indianapolis Colts. Final score on the Ruoff Mortgage scoreboard. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers 27 and the Indianapolis Colts 20.
That is Matt Taylor, voice of the Colts right there, and the Monday montage. I felt yesterday, and this is not, digging at the players and the coaching staff. This is just what I felt this game to be. Did anybody else feel this way? I felt that game was goofy as hell. Goofy is what I thought. When the Steelers put up 17 unanswered there, see, here's how goofy it was. The Colts start out the game, and they go down the field, and they're doing some things that really puts the pressure on a home team that's a loser of 2 straight, that everybody like me is calling them old and decrepit and ancient and fossilized. They get the fake punt and everything's rolling in their direction when they score 7, and then things really got goofy. And that, simply put, was not the team at all, especially the offensive operation. I even get tired of me saying that too. The offensive operation. I thought yesterday was as bad, certainly, as we have seen. Now, I do think a lot of that came at the hands of a Steelers defense that had heard everybody calling them out this past week and had heard everybody suggesting they were past it. Because from one side with Highsmith to the other side with Watt, the Colts had zero answer. There was no resistance whatsoever. And I'm not even talking about what I brought up to Jake in the Love, Heating, and Air crosstalk segment right there we had. But the crossover was the pressure up in the face of Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones is not built whatsoever to throw it 50 times. I would have to suggest, and I don't give a damn about the first 6 years with the Giants, and I sure as hell wouldn't want to double back and watch any of that crap. But I would have to suggest that that's probably what was witnessed. Thank you, Haley, very much. What was witnessed in the better part of the first 6 years with the Giants was yesterday. It was an absolute disaster. It's funny, too. I was talking to Tony Katz this morning on his morning show on 93 WIBC. So, we spent – the Colts get out to that 7-1 start, and we spent the better part of last week thinking how phenomenal it is that with this offense, the best in the NFL just clicking away, that they had yet to get a 100-yard individual receiving game. They had 2 yesterday, and they were awful. The whole thing was awful. They were terrible, and they had 2 100-yard receivers yesterday. That's why sometimes, stat geeks, you can be lied to by that. The analytics and their Texas Instruments calculators and their slide rules and their no dating and their nerdy stuff. I mean, sometimes all you have to do is watch it. And it was tough to want to hang with it. And what was funny about it is, as an end result, it's a 1-score game. Think about if you hadn't turned the ball over the most times since one of the most memorable, and really not for good reasons, performances we have ever seen a Colts team. And that was in San Diego. I think it was 2007 when Manning threw, 6 interceptions? Was that the Freeney game when he went out and we first were introduced to the Liz Frank injury? I believe that was the game we were also introduced to wide receivers named Devin Aramashadu and Crap Thorpe. Crap Thorpe's exactly what I thought about that game yesterday. There was a lot of Crap Thorpe involved there. They had 2 115-yard receivers in one game. The first time anybody's cracked, individually speaking, in their performance, triple digits. And that is what happens in the game. It is funny as hell about how things sometimes are not as they seem. And I know you're looking for something on this Monday, something of redeeming quality. That's what happens when you're disappointed in your favorite football team. So you're looking for that redeeming quality. And I know a lot of people, you're going to talk about, the secondary and Jalen Jones return. Okay. You're talking about how, getting after the quarterback where they have 3 sacks, I think, in all. Thank you very much, Haley. 3 sacks in all. Don't let that stuff fool you. Chris Ballard still needs to go out prior to tomorrow at 4 o'clock and do some work here. He just does. See, not a lot of you are going to immediately point to what took place yesterday and believe that that has an impact. But what you have to do is you have to keep in your head, keep in your mind. You have to look further than just the disappointment of yesterday. This team still has dudes that are just kind of dudes, just kind of guys defensively in positions in which you need a little bit more than that. And I'm not suggesting anybody you can bring in, whether it's Thibodeau or I don't think that Chubb, I would just love to utilize that name every day, has been dealt yet. I know that Jalen Phillips was to the Eagles. Yeah, the Eagles and Howie Roseman, they're going to go out and do some work to get better. You have to recognize where you are with this team at 7-2 if you're Chris Ballard And, ultimately, I said this all along, I don't think the price tag is going to be that incredibly high. And this is not just a reaction over the top to yesterday. This is something that we have all been talking about for the past month. You need to be in the business of making yourself better. A man of few words, and I don't know if we have the sound. I'm not much of a sound player. I'm more of a talker and a communicator and a back and forth person with you guys and our guests. But Quentin Nelson is a man of few words. And on an afternoon in which the offensive line was just dreadful in surrendering 5 sacks at the hands of the Pittsburgh Steelers, relentless pressure that led to ridiculous decision-making, that led to Jonathan Taylor 14-45. Yeah, there was nothing MVP number about 28 or MVP number about 17. This is just one, as Quentin Nelson said after the game, that you have to learn.